Aloha! Welcome to another edition of Optimal Health Members Live here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're going to talk about some interesting things today. Actually, it's going to be about one subject, but there's many different facets of this. But we're going to keep it simple. Okay, we're just going to get to the basics of it, and that is how we could, optimize our digestive systems. All right, or our digestive system, or just how can we just do the basics of that? Does it have to be so complicated? Yes or no? Well, that all depends. Depends on the individual here. Depends on what you're currently doing, what you're experiencing in your health and in your daily life with different stress levels and so on and so forth. One of the biggest things I could tell you right now is a lot of people are having digestive issues because of the freaking inflation and how much food costs nowadays, right? So we're all trying to figure out where can we buy good healthy food and not be taken to the bank every time we go shopping, right? So that is a very stressful thing right now, especially in this country, or if not globally. But that is what we're dealing with. But let's get to the basics. A lot of people are asking me about, hey, what are the difference between, say, digestive enzymes and probiotics? Well, digestive enzymes are simple. They basically are enzymes that help break down food so you could assimilate it better or absorb it better. So, for example, let's talk about let's talk about why I sometimes take digestive enzymes. Do I take them daily? No. Should I? Probably, just because I'm getting older, and you know what? By taking them, it only helps my digestive process. Although I have to admit, my digestion is pretty spot on. I haven't had any issues with that. Fairly regular with, we're gonna have some poop talk here with bowel movements and things like that. Typically, the average person or any person should have about 2 to 3 bowel movements a day for every meal you eat. Let's say if you're eating like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you should have 3 bowel movements a day. And if you have two, you get the idea. I have no problem in that arena. I'm just going to let you know right now. So I am good there. However, there are times here, because we live in Las Vegas and we like to go out to eat at nice restaurants, and sometimes we just don't know how things are going to go because it's a new restaurant, or we just don't know how we're going to feel. I'll bring a couple of digestive enzymes with me, just so I know I could help break that meal down as the night goes on. And especially depends on what time we have that meal at. I notice that the later we eat, obviously, the more help you can use breaking it down so you can sleep better at night. So digestive enzymes are purely there to help you digest food better by breaking it down into smaller pieces so you can absorb the nutrients better and so you can also digest it better. Uh, Probiotics are things that help feed the health of your digestive tract, like your small intestines, large intestine, whatever. Just makes it a healthier environment, makes the tube healthier. Okay, so also known as the gut microbiome. This is an area where there's a lot of research coming on this right now, and how we're, your gut health equals your brain health, or good brain health also depends on good gut health. So they both go hand in hand together. So especially if you've been taking antibiotics, right? So anti means against, or biotics means life. So against life, I mean, it's death, right? You're killing all the what we call the normal flora in your intestinal tract. That is there for a reason. It's there to help maintain what we call normalcy, and also just make sure that the gut is healthy. When we take antibiotics, we kill everything. All the good bugs is what we're killing. Okay, even if there's bad bugs in there, they're going to die too. But you're killing also the good bugs that our body needs. Okay, so that's why if you're on antibiotics, you need to be on some probiotics afterwards to help replenish what is gone. And a lot of people respond differently to that. I mean, I haven't been on an antibiotic. I can't even remember the last time I was on an antibiotic, quite honestly. But I do know that there are certain foods or certain places that, let's just say in my younger years, I used to eat at, just can't do that anymore. It just doesn't work as well. I tend to pick my battles now, with certain foods I eat. And that's just part of growing and getting older, and understanding how things work. So, and that includes some of my favorite adult beverages from the past that I just no longer are in my world anymore, per se. So in each one of you is going to go through your own journey on that. When it comes to food, Okay, do we have to shop at Whole Foods, in order to get the best food around? No, the answer is no. We don't shop at Whole Foods. Actually, we shop at places like Trader Joe's, Costco, the Grocery Outlet Bargain Market. They have one here in Las Vegas now, and I think they're opening another one. But I know that was a very popular place in the San Francisco Bay Area. We used to find organic food there at a very good price. I think the biggest reason why we loved going there most is my wife loved it, that she would get a receipt and it showed how much money we saved. So that was the bonus part of that. The other thing too you want to realize is, you don't have to shop at, your farmers markets also do have some great products there. Sometimes the best thing to do is ask the farmer there. They may not say organic, because there is a cost to having food labeled organic or what have you. It is what it is. But if you talk to the farmers and ask them, hey, are you still using the same seeds you've been using year in and year out? You know what? That's not a bad thing. That means they're not GMO seeds, because with GMO seeds, the farmer has to use different seeds for every season. They can't reuse them. So it's kind of a hack for you. If you insist on buying produce and fruit at a farmer's market, just ask the farmer, hey, look, are you using your own seeds or are you using GMO seeds? If they're using their own seeds, and even though it doesn't say organic, chances are, hey, it's a lot better than what you're going to find at the grocery store, because, hey, it came from the U.S. and it didn't come off a ship from another country that's spraying God only knows what on it and still calling it organic. So you want to pick your battles with that. Also Sprouts is another good place. It's kind of like it's not as expensive as Whole Foods, but you can still find great food and great products. It comes in handy, especially if you need to go there to get a couple of things. But I would say probably the vast majority. And also too now, if you're wondering, like with your fruits and vegetables or even meats, there's so many different services, like Butcher Box, to get some of the best proteins out there, that are, like, say, even the seafood is wild, the beef is grass fed, the chicken is what's it called, free range, that kind of stuff. So there's all kinds of places where you can order these things at a decent price versus going to the grocery store or Whole Foods and places like that. Whole Foods does give you a great product, don't get me wrong. They just it's a lot more expensive than any other grocery store I know of. And then you have things like processed foods, things that kind of come in a box, bag, or can. Some of the things are, let's just say, not as healthy as others. But I find that in my interactions with patients lately, because of the value of time, that they're eating more processed things than they ever have, because they're always on the go. They're not making the time to get a meal prepped. And that's just a choice. Some people have things going on in their life, some people don't. But I always believe that, hey, if you could make some meals or meal prep during the week and do your best doing that, it makes a big difference. Or even just making a crock pot. We did this the other night. We had like a roast that we thawed out, and I said, I really don't want to sit here and cook things. Like, why don't we just throw it in the crock pot? We'll throw some vegetables in there, put some water, some seasonings, put that lid on. And we did this before we went to bed at night, so 8 hours, boom, the next morning that house was smelling amazing. And I got leftovers for the next 2 or 3 days to eat it whenever I want. So it's another great way to kind of portion out your food. And storing things in glass versus plastic, it's less toxic to your body and a lot more of a healthier, sustainable way of prepping your food. So the other thing too, you got good carbs and bad carbs that can affect digestion. I think this is something that there's a lot of literature on this now, and some people, depending on what kind of genetic makeup they have, you have an issue. Now you have all these different kinds of diets, right? You have the carnivore diet, you have a Mediterranean, you have a keto, you have, my God, they're all out there, right? And they all work. It's just a matter of, do they work for you? Okay, that's what you got to discover. And don't get frustrated if what's his name is doing this and he's burning all of that weight versus what you're doing. You're different than him. That particular diet doesn't work for you. So you want to kind of keep experimenting to see what's going to work for your own body personally. I think one of the better things you can do too is to really help optimize your digestion is get some blood work done, get some tests done to see how your body responds to different things. The kind of blood work we do here in the office is very similar to the lab work you'll do anywhere else, like with your own doctor. But the way we interpret is we let you know what nutrition is missing for you versus what drugs you need to be on. Okay, so two different schools of thought. One is more on the sickness side of thing, the other one's on the wellness side. So obviously we're on the wellness side. So those are a lot of things, but the basics are this: if you're having problems, if you feel bloated after a meal, start taking digestive enzymes. That'll help you out a lot, and also start introducing probiotics into your meal protocols or to your daily life. Sometimes your body just needs that extra kick of nutrition to help you get through the day, but also too, you may have to clean the house a little bit and do some kind of a detox protocol for a little while to get yourself feeling to where you want it, and that's what we specialize in here as well. We have two amazing programs that'll help you shed the weight off quickly, help you also have better gut health, but also give you a different fuel source than what you're currently using right now. Because sometimes it's a matter of changing that fuel source that could make your engine run a lot better than it has been. Anyways, lot going on there, the world of digestion. I know it's kind of complicated. I tried to simplify it. I'm not sure if I made it more complicated, quite honestly, but if you can just get two things from today. If you're having issues digesting food, start taking digestive enzymes, okay? And get these digestive enzymes from a doctor you trust, like a different kind of health practitioner, like a chiropractor, a nutritionist, a functional medicine, a health coach. They have access to really good things versus getting something from a pharmacy, okay? And then also, if you've been on a round of antibiotics recently, well, start putting yourself on probiotics, okay? If you're done taking the antibiotics, start taking probiotics. Start restoring that good bacteria into your digestive tract so you can start functioning better than the way you are. And also it helps your immune system too when it's all said and done. So I hope this helps you keep your tummy happy. Again, stick to the basics. When in doubt, if it grab something that comes from a tree, yank it from out of the ground, or something you could hunt for, you stick with those three things, chances are you're going to do fairly well with your digestion. And also don't forget to drink a lot of water. One of the biggest things here, especially since we live in the desert, is that people aren't drinking enough water, and they're wondering why they're not feeling the way they are. Well, they're tired. They're dehydrated more than anything. And thank goodness it's starting to cool down a little bit the last couple of days, and we've been in the low 100s rather than the 110, 115, 120s. And geez, I think last night it got into the 70s. So the pool was a little crisper this morning when I jumped into it. So hope you got a lot of that today. Thank you again for joining us. And just remember, no matter what, the body always wants to heal. Mahalo.